So how do you feel now that the trip is coming to an end?
I don't want it to end.
You don't miss being at home?
Not so much, because I always knew that we would be back home. So when you know that you're gonna be back, you don't get to miss it so much. You know, and this was like a once in a lifetime experience, and so many good things happened that and I worked so hard also to be able to come here, and it's all over.
So what have been the highlights of the trip for you?
There have been many like highlights and great moments, but if you force me to just pick one, I'm gonna say meeting Julianne and Derek, because that was the most unexpected and kind of almost impossible thing to do, right? So I would say that as my #1 highlight. And nevertheless, if I could give you a more exhaustive list, I would love to do so.
Does this building behind me look familiar?
We were on a break!
You don't sound like Ross.
I'm
okay.
sorry. Love. L-O-V-E, love. L is for... I don't remember. E is for how extremely normal. I think this is something like that.
That you two
are together, and that you might someday have children of your own.
Okay.
Remember, the O is for oh wow.
So what has been your favorite place on this trip?
Well, it's hard to choose just one because we've seen so many different landscapes, but in terms of urban landscape, I would go with Chicago, because it has a very beautiful skyline and skyscrapers and everything. It also has water twice, since it has a great lake and a beautiful river and a beautiful river walk. I found it also very walkable, which is something very important to me. So yeah, I would say Chicago in terms of cities. And then in terms of natural beauty, I would go with the falls, Niagara Falls. That was amazing, very beautiful, especially from the American side. For a vacation, because it's very exciting, but I think all the like hustle and bustle of it would be very overwhelming, you know, with a family on a year-round basis. See what I mean? But then we were talking about, you know, Florida and California, mainly because of the weather. But I really like Michigan in terms of the feeling it gave me. I felt it was like a genuine place. I don't know if it makes any sense, but I felt like, okay, you know, this could be a home for real.
Something major is happening down there. I don't know what's going on. My sweetheart is a little scared because she's a little touchy with these kinds of things. So we're trying to find out what's going on right now. Well, it appears that it was just somebody attacking a police officer, and apparently the suspect was killed, but we don't know. It seems strange because we've seen at least 10 cop cars fly by going to the scene. We saw at least 4 helicopters.
Yeah.
So we find it kind of strange that all of that was just for one police officer that was attacked.
Given that the suspect was taken down.
Yeah, the suspect was taken down, so it's like, you know, why send 100 police officers there on the scene? So I don't know. We'll see.
It's still very early, so maybe the news, what's it called? The news people, the journalists.
The news media?
Yeah, the journalists. They haven't had time to get information yet because it seems like there's nothing in the news. I just checked Google for Manhattan and New York, and they say nothing. And the only information we got was from Twitter, from was the NBC, and they said that, you know, just suspect down and police officer attacked. Maybe we'll know more later because it seems unlikely that they sent all these police officers over just something already taken care of, basically.
Although if that's all it is, then that's better.
Yes, that's better.
That's better.
You know, I heard the security guard at Madison Square Garden, right over there, saying, what happened? There were shots fired? And I was like, oh my gosh. And yeah, and then we left Madison Square Garden, and there were like 3 helicopters and tons of police cars everywhere, so...
My sweetie always thinks the worst is happening.
11 mai, September 11th, London, Paris, you know. So yeah, it kind of killed the mood, pun unintended, and don't feel like walking around anymore. All I want to do is go home.
Okay, we're gonna go home. We're gonna go home, guys.